Hi everyone, thanks for clicking into this short interview with Lisa Wilkinson from TIDES Training. TIDES is funded by the Community Relations Council, and many of the groups that we've supported have continued to connect with local communities throughout this current crisis, really demonstrating resilience and creativity by quickly moving to new ways of working, including using online technology. So Lisa's here with us. She's been working hard with her team during the pandemic to keep communities engaged and connected. So Lisa, can you just give us a quick insight then into what you've been doing during the crisis to keep communities engaged?
Yeah, certainly. So I suppose we've just ploughed on basically. No change in terms of TIDES delivery, apart from obviously not face-to-face with people. So we have been using every social media platform going, Facebook, WhatsApp, Zoom, Nearpod, Skype, you name it, and just moved all of our engagement and training online. It's been really positive with groups that we were already engaging with. Slightly more challenging with people that we haven't engaged with before, so trying to build those relationships can be a challenge. But staff have been phenomenal in terms of their adaptation and things like that, and working with the likes of CRC and SUPB and the Executive Office who are funding most of the work that we deliver has been really positive. And also working with OCN, who we are accredited through for our training programs, has been really positive as well. So yeah, just I think staff have been phenomenal, and just kind of sheer kind of determination to continue engaging. No question of letting go, and actually almost to the point where we've had to try and slow people down, because they're working at home, their availability for some people has kind of increased, and how some of our participants are their own kind of day-to-day routines have slightly changed. So 7 o'clock in the evening seemed like an okay time to start a session, where usually they were in maybe at 10 o'clock. So staff have just really embraced all of that. Dealt with some of the challenges for some of our rural groups in terms of their connectivity, and also I suppose in terms of what access people have with some of the digital equipment they have. So some of the platforms haven't worked very well, so maybe not being able to use Microsoft Teams, so looking at Zoom, maybe not Zoom, looking at WhatsApp Web. So just trying lots of different things out, and becoming much more technically aware than they probably ever were before.
Yeah, so it sounds, Lisa, that you guys have adapted really well, and being flexible and focused on the needs of the communities that you're working with has been a major thing. But you have mentioned some challenges there around the connectivity issue, around the ability to understand and have access to the actual technology, and then engaging with people with whom you don't have an existing relationship with, and trying to build up that new relationship. So those are challenges that you and other groups face as well. So, but despite those challenges, Lisa, if there was one piece of learning that you had from your experience so far that you could share with other groups, what would that be, do you think?
Oh, this is where you're asking for some wisdom. I'm not sure I have it just at the moment, but I think for me, it's the resilience and the flexibility of staff, of individuals, and that willingness. And I think we have a willingness to engage. I think people will strive and do really, really well. One of the things that's really highlighted is that social contact is really important for everybody. So even if you have a really busy house, or if you're been in a house on your own, that kind of contact and that social interaction has been really important. A lot of the online platforms have been able to bring people who naturally wouldn't necessarily always be together into different relationships. So with our online Facebook page, Dare to Connect, with some of the groups that we've been doing, and some of the platforms that we've been able to use, there are relationships that are forming. We need to work at a slightly different pace. We need to be patient with people. And I think some of Paddy Raff videos have probably highlighted some of our lack of understanding of mute, off mute, those sort of things. But we have a sense of humor with it. And I think one of the things that has been beneficial of this is that we've all been going through this. So everybody has been in lockdown, and I think that's something that's different. When we talk about peace building, people's experiences is very different in different areas and different communities. and they've all had a different experience, but actually the fact that we've all been in lockdown has been really helpful, and that's your first kind of in with people, and then you just keep building on that. And I think we are resilient people, and we are flexible, and I think where there's a willingness to kind of engage and maintain that engagement has been really positive, and people have been checking in with each other, and I think where there's been able to be practical engagement has been really positive as well. So we have people who've been giving out food boxes and have been helping with Bryson Fund to give out some of the top-ups for electricity and things like that, but also making scrubs and sharing kind of those resources, and those skills and that kind of information has been really positive as well. So connecting on a very practical level is easier for some people than asking them to sit down, let's get to know each other. So we've been sort of using those as a good kind of endpoint, and then building on that as well. There's been lots of challenges, and there will continue to be lots of challenges, but I think the positive and the commitment from the staff and from our funders has really, really helped our work kind of continue, and we've probably been busier than ever, and that's been really positive. And to be able to adapt to these kind of really confusing, uncertain times is just, it's part of the people.
Well, Lisa, look, that's a really positive insight, and it sounds like a good piece of wisdom that you can pass on and share with others. So thanks very much for that, and thanks very much for taking the time today just to share those insights with us. Good luck with your work. Stay safe, and of course, people watching this can keep up to date with your work through the TIDES training website and through your posts on social media as well.